Sorry. So today I'm going to talk about workflow or how to. No, I'm just going to share the way I work on my project. So, do you guys does Clinic IT use GitHub for GitHub?
Of
Like,
course, we use GitHub for GitHub.
then what do you use as the project management tool?
Why get out of the screen?
Okay, that's nice. Are you using the deploy hooks for Pivotal Tracker? Okay, good. because if you were if you were I'm just doing a redundant talk here. Okay, so I work for Illogica, and this is how we usually do our projects. So we use GitHub. Let's start. Okay lang. Okay, so in our company we use Pivotal Tracker as the project management tool and GitHub for our repos. And one thing that we always use is the deploy hooks of GitHub. So wait, let me demo going to GitHub. Alright, so I'm going to demo this by doing a new project and doing everything like all over again. Okay, so I am going to create a new repo. Yeah. Test out. This is public. Create. Okay, so I made the repo already. Then I am going to make hyper. Make just a regular project. Test app. Is this visible for everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so let me just do this thing with GitHub. Then add this. Alright, I add. Alright, so I'm just going to do the first steps for the project first. Oh. Then hit first. Master. Okay, so the project is set up now, and in the project page, there in the settings, there's this tab called Service Hooks. So GitHub integrates with a lot of services, and this is really useful. This is my favorite feature of GitHub. So it integrates with a lot of service like Basecamp. So I don't know if you're using Basecamp, but one of the common things that you'll see integrated in a lot of projects in GitHub are CIs or continuous integration. So one of the most common out of all of them is Travis CI. So, familiar with CIs? Okay, not. So CIs are continuous integration servers are used for testing your code base. So I think the most popular one, the most popular one I've been hearing is Jenkins. Familiar with Jenkins? No.
Hudson.
Yeah, so when you deploy your code, if you have a test suite, you can have the CI run the test suite for you. So instead of having to run it on your local machine, you can just pass it to another service, have them run it for you every time you deploy, and they'll just give you a signal back telling you that that the test failed or if it worked. Okay, so for tonight, I am just going to demo the integration with Pivotal Tracker. Where is it? P. I forgot my alphabet. All right, Pivotal Tracker. All right, so install nose, Pivotal Tracker API, blah blah blah. Okay, I am going to get my API key from GitHub. I mean from Pivotal. Here. Paste it here. Then branch. No, if you don't put anything, it'll just look for everything, every branch. But depending on your setup, you might need to have them. You might need to have Pivotal Tracker just listen to one branch. In the project that I'm working on right now, we do a lot of branches, so it gets kind of messy when you do pushes to every branch because it reflects to the ticket every time. So there are a lot of duplicates. So sometimes when that happens, you want it to just listen to your stable development branch. Okay. Branch, what is this endpoint? I don't know that. So I just put Alright, Pivotal Tracker is there. Then I am going to make a new project here. So it's called Test App. Test App. Project. Public project. Sitting law. Alright. Okay, so we have. So you're all familiar with Pivotal Tracker, so I won't bother explaining stuff about this. So right. So let me. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I am going to add a story here. So do readme. Here through readme. Then maybe estimate that to be 3 points because it is very hard. All right, so I'm going to create this ticket. So it's going to appear in the icebox. Then I'll start this. And so now we've started the ticket. We are going to work on this. So here is the app. So I have this readme MD file, which has nothing right now. So Oh wait. Before we start, so what we usually do in our projects is for every branch, for every feature ticket that we work on, we create a feature branch for that ticket. So we use a tool to automate the whole process. It's called Gitflow. Gitflow. So it's a plugin for GitHub. It's based on this blog. It's called Successful Git Branching Model. So it's this became a very viral discussion among the Git community. So you create their workflow consists of different kinds of branches. So their default branch master, that is the most stable, and that is where their production code lies. That is the most stable branch. And they divide, and aside from that, they also have a few other branches. So, for example, there's the master branch, there's a develop branch, then there are feature branches, hotfix branches, then release branches. So master is for production code. So that's the most stable out of all of your branches. Then there's the develop. That's the most active one. That's the one you usually put into your staging server. So if you have both a production and a staging server, your production server has the master branch, then staging has develop branch. Yeah, it reads from the develop branch. Then you have a few other branches. So for example, like the most commonly used is feature branch. So that is where you create. Yeah, that is where you work on your branches. So in our case, the ticket, where is it? This one, improve README. So there's a whole. I'm just telling you about the very shallow part of Gitflow, but it's just based on this blog post. So you can read about it later. So right now I'm going to create a feature branch. So this goes like this: Gitflow feature start. Then what we usually do is we take the ticket number and get on Pivotal Tracker. I mean this one, the ID. So we name our branches this way. So first is the ticket number on Pivotal Tracker, then the name of that ticket. So in our case, it's improve README. Right. Then sorry, I haven't. I need to set up Gitflow first. So if you when setting up Gitflow, it asks for a few things. So first is which branch name should be used for production. Then next release, which is the develop. Then what do you name your feature branches? Feature, then release, then hotfix. Then there are support. I don't know what support is for. Then for tagging your releases, you can add a prefix for everything. But we just choose not to use anything. But depending on your setup, you might need to. So there, I've set up Gitflow. Then I'm going to create a feature branch. Creating a feature branch in Gitflow is done by using this command, Gitflow feature start. Then the name, then the ticket number, then a short name for that ticket. So there are times when the ticket has a really long name. So you want it to be concise. So improve README. Okay. All right. So when you do the command in Gitflow, it explains what it does. So So in our case, we created a feature branch. So first of all, it made a feature branch that was based on the develop branch. So every feature branch that we make or is always based on develop, because that is probably the most updated code. That is the leading edge part of your app. We don't really do that. We don't need to do that on master because it's the most stable. And it's probably older than develop. So there's no point creating features that is based on old code base. Right. So here we created this branch feature slash. It always adds that prefix. So feature slash then the name of the branch that we specified earlier. So since we're working on the point of branches is so you'll be able to work on your own thing without interfering with everyone else. So yeah, let's improve the readme. So improving the readme. Font too small. All right. Is it readable? Okay. All right. So we improved the readme. Let's assume that's done. Then if we do a git status, okay. Then so if you're using Git, then you're staging your files. It's good to use -p when doing git add because you'll be able to check for every line, every section of the changes that you make. So it gives you a chance to double check everything before you commit it. So in our case, we just added that text, improving the README. So it's fine. So I'll say yes. Then, so it's staged now. All right. So now this is the point of my talk. All right. So when committing, Pivotal Tracker uses a system that allows you to tag the tickets in a commit. So it's kind of similar to how GitHub issues does it. So first is you copy you need the ticket number. So you reference it using a hashtag then the number, the ticket number. Then you do the commit message. So improve the README. All right. So let's assume that the feature is done. We've done everything we need. So right now I am going. So since it's finished, I'm going to do a git flow finish command. So git flow feature finish. Then the name of that branch. So do this. All right. So what that command does is if you do a finish on git flow, it merges it back to develop. Then it deletes the old feature branch that you made. So if you're using it properly, there shouldn't be any merge conflicts. But from time to time, depending on the way you've worked on your code, there might be some cases where there are merge conflicts. So in that case, you'll have to fix the conflicts manually. So yeah, right now, so it's merged back to develop. So now, this is probably done. So I'm going to push this to GitHub. All right. Assuming I've set it up right, it should appear in here. See? So my commit appeared on the ticket as a comment. So commit by blah blah me by Terence Ponce, then Then this is the commit message I made earlier. Improve the README. Then if it has a link going back to that commit on GitHub. So if you click that, you'll see the changes. So yeah, so this is really neat because it'll be easier to discuss with other developers or future developers that you'll be taking into your company. So when they go into your pivotal tracker project, they'll immediately know what happened on that specific ticket. If there were commits, there were merge conflicts. So you'll have a good, I don't know, you'll be able to have a discussion here.
Can you see it the other way?
Huh?
Can you see it the other way?
What do you mean?
Inside of Git, can you see like the pivotal?
No. Yeah, Git doesn't know anything about pivotal tracker. So GitHub is the one that's bridging the two. Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's it. So this feature isn't exclusive to GitHub. If you're using Bitbucket or Assembler, those two services also have integrations with a lot of other services like Pivotal Tracker. If you're using something like Trello or other, I don't know. Yeah, it has a lot. So see, it has a hook to Jenkins, Jira. It even has a hook to Twitter if you have maybe a private Twitter account for all of your developers. So if you'll see.
Yeah,
You know, it's interesting. You kept on saying like a ticket and pivotal. I mean, do you use that for your help desk? Or do you use like my house or desk or something?
I haven't used it for Zendesk or any similar stuff. We just use it for our project management tools.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it works for those.
Because like most bugs, like if they come in through like some help desk, some ticket from a user. But I mean, you can't submit tickets to pivotal. So like, do you have like another? What's your front facing?
Right. Yeah, I think Zendesk allows that. So
It's actually hooks directly from Zendesk.
yes, as long as you set it up in your GitHub project. So in this case, if you click here, then put in your settings there, then you can reference the ID of the ticket.
So right in the ticket, you have your GitHub commit.
Yes. Yep.
Origin story. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're also using a chat service like Campfire, every commit you make will appear there. So yeah, it's a great help to get everyone on the same page. So if also you're using CIs, that is the most common use case I've seen for GitHub hooks. Because every time you deploy, the CI will run, then the CI will tell GitHub if the code is running. If you're using pull requests, you'll really make you'll make a lot of you'll be productive with those CIs because how do I say that? So for every pull request, GitHub will automatically detect if it's okay to merge. It'll let the others know if it's okay to merge, if it's green, if it all passed, that stuff.
So where does your balance come to, like documenting like your code versus just writing like linking the story together? Because it's not always a good story for everything.
Oh.
Unless you're like super religious about it, like how do you balance those?
Well, we usually the way we work, we usually create a ticket for everything. So if it's not really that relevant or it's not really enough to be qualified as a feature, we just tag it as a chore.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you like less strict on like documenting like or commenting your code since you're just using those hooks into the story?
Well, I think it's there's still.
Well, regardless of whether you're using Pivotal or not, Git won't let you commit anything without comments. And it's typically just common courtesy just to
Yeah.
put something inside a commit.
Something
But
useful.
we've encountered cases where there's certain code that
Program.
would have
Yeah,
been nice if they
let
had
me give you an
commits here.
example. Let me show you an example. This is a project that I'm working on.
Service care.
Terence, wag na lang.
Huh?
Hindi na video,
Wait, let
okay
me-
lang. Hindi naman video yun. It's not going to appear in video.
Narrator ba?
Alright.
I'm censoring
See?
the API keys anyway.
So there's a commit message that's just a dot.
I should see
even
on
if
call.
you do a git show in there, you won't really know what's going on. And test, clean up. Yeah, it still depends on the developer.
Yeah.
So,
Plus a good thing about Git is that you can actually edit history. So if you really don't like the message, you can squash it, or if you have time to fix
Just
it.
delete it. It didn't happen.
So this is no way to replace like commenting or that's just
yeah,
No.
that's just that's just a side thing,
Yeah.
you know, a nice to have
No,
thing.
it's nice.
Yeah.
I can see the value right there.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, the most, I think you'll really appreciate it when you have a new developer on board. Then you need them to work on that ticket, and they'll see what happened for that certain feature. Yeah. Are there any other questions? Yes.
Is there a way that you just commit? Feature branch already have taken in the number that you take in the feature branch, and you just go to it.
So for the brand,
Yeah, like in the Git box.
all right. Our branch name had the ticket ID. Well, I don't think that'll. Yeah, that's just the way we do things. Yeah, but that's not necessarily a feature of Git flow. Right. Other questions? Okay, that's my talk. Thank you.